Our Toyota game summary. Kalena Azubuike said someone would score 20 tonight.
Man.
And Brandon Podziemski has done just that. A new career high and a very young career for the #1 pick out of Santa Clara, who just had his pocket picked by Mike Conley. Dudney will stop and bottom that. Now, they called it a 3, but I think that's going to be a 2. They did fix that good. Get his foot on the line.
The Dub Nation has a new fan favorite, but got a new quarter, full quarter of work here. Another turnover.
They start the fourth with back-to-back giveaways. That is not a good sign. Shake Milton, a little floater down the lane. Long rebound ricocheting around. Chris Paul comes up with it. Chris Paul, Moody, Podziemski with Wiggins and Kevon Looney. 10 Warriors have scored. No Steph, Clay, and Draymond ejected. Jaden McDaniels ejected. Chris Paul missing from the baseline. It's Milton, Karl Anthony Towns, Gobert with Kyle Anderson and Mike Conley from Minnesota. Anderson ran over Moody there. Offensive foul.
Make sure Moody's okay. Checking all his face bones. This is Podziemski. Are you starting to understand why everybody likes this kid? Brandon Podziemski is a baller.
Just getting that shot off was impressive with 2 seconds left, and he looked on the other end, saw the time, spun the other way. He's left-handed,
and that is
then banked it home.
And that is massive in a close game like this.
They've had 2 banked threes. Corey Joseph banked one in, Podziemski banked one in.
You need every single point.
The Warrior chants echoing through Chase Center, and that's a moving screen on Wiggins. 3 turnovers beginning the fourth here.
The Warriors are
got to get shots up.
The Warriors are struggling to stay stationary with these screens, and I don't know what they want Andrew Wiggins to do. Maybe if you're Chris Paul, you wait a second and just make sure he's set before you come off of it.
You haven't shot it wonderfully, but a lot better than Saturday or Sunday. Karl Anthony Towns in on Wiggins. Remember, he's got 4 fouls. Mike Conley from deep. And Wiggins, the easiest rebound of the night.
That was a good double team. He had the size advantage in there. You had him outnumbered. You just got to make sure you rotate.
Wiggins rejected by Gobert. Moody. Wiggins will shoot over Gobert from deep, and Looney trying to drag it down, but here come the T-Wolves again. Ugly offensive first 2 minutes for the Dubs. Podziemski was holding on to Gobert. It's tough for the foul.
And Chris Paul, he had reinforcements on the way. Podziemski couldn't hold out. Gobert did the right thing, sprinted down there. He saw he had the size advantage, gave his teammates a target. There's a little bit of a hold.
So Saric back in. Steve Kerr knows right now you can't let this one get away. These minutes right now, you're not scoring. Minnesota's surging a little bit. You got to be real careful.
And you knew the Timberwolves weren't going to take this line down. Warriors got some heavy hitters out, and you let the Warriors come in here and beat you. They're going to make it tough.
They go to Cat, rattling that out. Podziemski the rebound. This is a big trip down. Find some way to get the ball in the basket. They work so hard all night in limited situations, and you got Gobert with another block.
He's just waiting down there. You got to expect him to be down there.
Cat missing that 3. Gobert the rebound. Gobert to the line. Yeah. And if it's on Wiggins, that's foul number 5.
He's having a huge impact now on both sides of the floor. It's been the Gobert quarter so far defensively, and then use his size there to get the offensive rebound. He's just using his position. He's got Andrew Wiggins trying to box him out. Didn't let it happen.
So Gobert 3 of 4 from the line. 61% on the season. And that one looked good.
As a team, they're learning how to play with Gobert much more. You know, it took him a while, took him a year. They're figuring out on both ends of the floor. He's finding his way. He's working really well with Karl Anthony Towns. And they're showing that having 2 monster bigs on the floor, you can have success.
Gobert, 2 free throws down. So that 12-point lead down to 3. But the Warriors looking for some kind of offense here as the fourth quarter begins. Yet to score in nearly 3 minutes. As Paul picked up the dribble. Jamski gets around Cat, gets in the lane. GP2 out of the corner. Looney kept it alive. Another opportunity. Jamski 3 out of the corner. They can't buy one yet in the fourth. They double Karl Anthony Towns. He faces up on GP2. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo, missing that 3. Jamski the rebound. Push it.
Yeah, you don't want to have to go up against a set defense all the time. Something in transition. They're back, though.
Chris Paul. Jamski will launch another 3. Another long rebound. GP2 touched it last.
Yeah, they're going to maybe challenge it. The out-of-bounds call.
Steve Kerr going to use a time
on offense, man. Hopefully you can get some stops so you can fuel your offense and get out and run, get some easier buckets in transition. If you're going up against a set defense, the rest of the game could be tough sledding.
Anthony Edwards is back in. He took over the fourth on Sunday night. The Warriors going with about as veteran group as they can as Karl Anthony Towns ties the game. It's Corey Joseph and Chris Paul with GP2, Saric, and Looney. So Steve Kerr saying, all right, I'm going as vet as I can here. But where do you find offense? Saric behind the back. Got it to Payton to lay it up and in. The first bucket of the fourth quarter.
Saric is so threatening. His drives just attract so much attention. His counter moves, they're just forgetting about GP2 on the baseline. It's a great pass.
Towns another 3. And Minnesota takes the lead. Their first lead since 46-45.
He's catching fire again. He's hyped.
No Steph, no Clay, no Draymond. You've lost 3 in a row, and you haven't shot it well at home. This is improbable you're even in the game. To win it would be magical. And Saric to the line.
Right now, it's just find Saric. Inside, roll into the basket. He's ready to make an extra move or pump fake. Let the bigs jump all over the place and draw a foul.
He's been so good tonight.
Well, I want Saric with 4 more points to give them another 20-point score.
What?
2 in the game and not named Steph Curry?
Amazing. The Warriors are trying to make that a regular occurrence. They got enough great players to do it.
But tonight, and you didn't like the fracas, but tonight is why you love sports. You know, oh, Minnesota, they're hot and no Steph Curry, and who knows what's going to happen. Then you have the ejections. It's like tilt in terms of the talent difference and who's healthy and who's available. And yet, here are the Warriors right here with the 1-point lead with 7 minutes left.
To buttress that point, you just can't turn your TV off after all the Warriors get ejected that did. All these guys came to play tonight.
Nice pass back door. Alexander Walker cutting. You see Karl Anthony Towns. That's a beautiful look there as he was doubled.
Can't make mistakes now. He just lost sight of him going back door.
There's ball to Looney. Rolling in on Gobert. Step out of bounds. It's out of bounds again. The Warriors have had multiple sideline step outs. 18 turnovers tonight. Minnesota with 17. Points off turnovers are favoring the Dubs, but they are making life difficult. 6:38 left. Knows he's good, and that's important. Anthony Edwards as the Ant-Man trying to take over here. Karl Anthony Towns has had a night with 28 points. Shot clock at 10. Edwards, a good look at a 3. Moody, the easy rebound. Where would you go offensively here if you're the Dubs?
Saric. He's been playing amazing. Let him be involved in the ball screen, pop out or roll. Let him make a decision.
Moody didn't catch that. The pass behind him. Minnesota running. And Edwards, an offensive foul. Podziemski to another charge.
Man, that is so tough to do. Chris Finch is looking back. If they want to challenge it, they're going to call a timeout.
It will be a coach's challenge by Minnesota. And so Chris Finch wants to take a look at it.
And usually these are so hard to draw a charge. I say it all the time. Transition, a guy like Anthony Edwards coming at you, it's going to be tough.
Laying there by Tyler Ford.
They were pretty confident about that one. And it's always tough to take a charge in that situation. That's what I always say. You can default, call a blocking foul as Edwards misses a first free throw.
So Anthony Edwards, 80% from the line. He's 2 of 3 tonight after missing that. Wraps in the second. Now, the Warriors are 1 of 8 shooting with 5 turnovers in this fourth quarter. They've had 13 possessions with 1 field goal. And yet, they're right here. There's Paul. There's the second field goal to tie the game.
With that Chris Paul mid-range working. He's hit a few of them tonight. He likes going to the right with it, too.
Yeah, a 5.5-minute ball game. Improbably so. Skip past Alexander Walker, hides behind the Gobert screen. Al Anderson working on Chris Paul at 6'9", going to shoot over him and put it up and out. Rebound, Looney fighting for it, but unable to save was Chris Paul. Minnesota ball.
Gobert making his presence felt on the glass. That's why the Warriors couldn't come up with that one. It's more than a one-man job keeping him off of it.
Warriors are out-rebounding Minnesota again, 42-36 tonight.
You got a gang rebound the rest of the way, though.
Anthony Edwards hiding behind Gobert. Cat wanted to throw it inside. Shot clock at 3. Edwards working on Wiggins, will launch the 3 and put it in right at the shot clock buzzer.
That's so big time. Andrew Wiggins is there. Didn't matter.
Anthony Edwards, Sunday night, he was the closer and took over. Chris Paul 3. He answers.
Hey, is it Chris Paul time here? He's closed out many games in his career. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Four-and-a-half-minute game. Gobert passes behind him. Chris Paul with a steal. Scattered floor. Podziemski 3, long and strong. Chris Finch is going to use a timeout. 4:19 left. Aching for the offense. Tied at 19 left. No Steph, no Clay, no Draymond. Anthony Edwards, you know, is going to try to close it out with Cat for Minnesota. Killer 3 as the shot clock expired. But at 38 years of age, with 19 years in the league, Chris Paul answers with a 3 of his own to keep things tied.
They've actually done a pretty good job on Anthony Edwards. You need stops now. You need to string some together.
Wiggins back in with 5 fouls. Jaden McDaniels and Clay ejected. Draymond ejected in the first quarter. So it's Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns. There's 2 all-stars taking over for Minnesota. Do the Warriors have an answer?
They got multiple options they can go to. I think the Warriors need to get back to the in-between game. Don't rely on the 3 ball. Getting all the way to the basket's going to be tough. Maybe look to go mid-range or go floaters.
Shot clock at 5. Warriors have nothing going. Podziemski working on Conley with the left hand to make it in and draw the foul. Someone just said shoot a floater.
You have flow game. Why not use it? Podziemski's the candidate that I was thinking about. Take your time, size him up. You got the veteran Conley on you. Use your quickness. You know Gobert's going to be there. Anticipate him coming over. Just float it right over him. Float me home. Steph loves this kid.
Gobert picks up his 4th foul. Podziemski gives the Warriors the lead.
He's not satisfied with 20. First non-Curry Warrior to go over 20. Look at that.
You called it. Top of the telecast. You said it would happen. You thought it might have been Clay.
I know, right?
Or Wiggins.
You're calling for more. Let's see if the Warriors can do that.
Towns on the lead in, rimming out, rebound, Podziemski.
Just take your time here. You're in control. Chris Paul's in control.
Uses the high screen by Sharp. Chris Paul to the rim, and he threw it backwards.
He could have laid that up. He thought Gobert was going to be there.
And Edwards ties the game, and now Minnesota takes the lead. Oh, 6 fourth-quarter turnovers. And the Warriors down 1 with 3:07 left. Some way, somehow, can they bring it home? Left.
And if you're Chris Paul there, keep the plane on the ground. Just keep your dribble alive. It's the Cardinal sin jumping in the air without a place to go. You'd love him to shoot that, but he was worried about Gobert. That's what Gobert's presence the whole game can do for you as Podziemski draws a foul set in the back screen.
Kyle Anderson with the 13th foul on Minnesota.
Podziemski's been everywhere. Just trying to set this back screen to get Andrew Wiggins going to the basket. You like that offense.
The Warriors 4 of 12 shooting, 6 turnovers in the fourth quarter. They're dying for a basket.
Got to get creative here offensively.
Chris Paul. Back out to Saric. Podziemski had kept running at him. Floated up and short. Minnesota, you can see why they're the #1 defense. They had everybody moving on a string there. Kyle Anderson to use the Gobert screen. And Anderson shooting over Chris Paul. Rebound. And Gobert was fouled on that rebound. That's the Warriors' 4th team foul.
Gobert knows he's the biggest human on the court. And every shot that goes up, he's just saying, I'm going to get right under the basket and see what they can do about it. You saw Saric just held him down.
4 Warrior team fouls. Next one is whistles. Remember, Wiggins is playing with 5 fouls. Anthony Edwards looking for a seam. Cat's got an open 3, didn't take it. Karl Anthony Towns, tough runner, back iron. And here come the Dubs, down 1. Saric for the lead.
That's big. He had a lot of space there. They're a little loose on him. Shooter.
Inside 2 minutes, protecting the 2-point lead. The second Warrior over 20 points tonight.
You said it.
Not 1, 2 guys. In and out of the hands of Conley.
Oh, the Timberwolves can't think right now. Dub Nation is having an impact. They're screaming at him.
We've got a lot of people on their feet here at Chase Center. Minute 48 left.
And this home court advantage is real.
2-point lead in the ball.
No turnover here. Just get a shot up.
Saric and Chris Paul played together a lot. Saric rejected by Gobert there. Shot clock at 7. Chris Paul at 4. Back to Dario. Another deep 3. Rimmed out, and Cat owns the rebound. Minnesota's defense is real. And the Warriors answer with a stop of their own.
You got to defend without fouling.
Edwards rises to bank it out. Rebound Anderson. Cat for the lead from deep, and he rails it. Karl Anthony Towns, 30 with 4 made threes.
He's been huge tonight.
Final minute. Down 1. Chris Paul for the lead. Tipped up and out, and Edwards with a rebound. And he had a timeout. Minnesota called the timeout with 51 seconds left. T-Wolves up 1. Kyle Anderson, Conley, Anthony Edwards. Minnesota 1-point lead in the ball. They have bottled up the Warriors in the 4th, and Karl Anthony Towns 11 by himself.
You're trying to stay away from fouls. You got 1 more foul, and they're shooting free throws, so no more.
Towns another 3. There's your stop. You can go 2 for 1 here to end the game. Chris Paul knows that. Saric, corner three. Gobert got a piece of it.
Chris Paul can go with the mid-range there, the floater. You're passing up great looks.
So the 2 for 1. There was the first one. 8-second difference. Game shot clock. Edwards with 7. Edwards pulling on Pajewski with 5. Edwards lean in pass to Conley. 3 on the way, and he got it.
That was so perfectly executed by them. Anthony Edwards, unselfishness, made the right play.
If they make it 3, you still had a chance. The only thing you couldn't give up is the way.
Just hope for something crazy to happen.
Pajewski will take that 3. And the rebound to Kyle Anderson. And that is going to do it. And you're not going to fault the Warriors on any level tonight because they, in improbable situation, have played their rear ends off. But what is an issue, and it can be rectified with Steph and Klay coming back, this will be another game where they're just not shooting the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, the constant parade of home games at 41% shooting and 31% on threes, it's just not enough to win.
And of course, you're missing one of your top shooters, or one of the guys you expect to be your top shooter.
More understandable tonight.
And Steph Curry, but 2 of them, I mean.
Because this will now be the second game against Minnesota where you out-rebounded Minnesota. The second chance points were 15-14 within 1 point. You won the points off turnovers +3, but you just didn't make enough shots. Yeah, it doesn't get around that. Anderson hitting both free throws.
It gave us an exciting game, though.
It was a great game, but stuck on a 15-point fourth quarter that came at a really inopportune time. Houston to end the homestand. Moses Moody for a 3, and he hits it. So Minnesota beats the Dubs by 6, and they will beat them likely by 3 here. They take a timeout with a second left. They don't want to, because the one thing Kyle Anderson needs to do is throw it into the front court.
True.
Kyle Anderson looking to inbound, and he throws it right to Chris Paul. And Paul from 3-quarter court, and that will do it. They